You make me.
Hey guys, Twisted Auto Garage here with another video. Today I wanted to talk about adding a chain to your go-kart. So it may have snapped off, it may never had a chain when you first got your go-kart, but eventually you need to learn how to do this. So this engine looks a little bit different than my normal go-karts because this engine has a torque converter on it instead of a clutch. A clutch, the chain would start from here and just go straight down to the sprocket. Instead, there's a tiny sprocket in there that connects down to the chain, to the sprocket. So here's the tools that you're gonna need today. So first of all, you gotta figure out what type of chain that you're gonna need. I found that most go-karts either have 35, 40, 41, and some have 420. So what tools you're gonna need would be a hammer, some sort of punch, or just a small screwdriver, pliers. You will need a grinder, and I use a cutting disc for this job. Now you can use a flappy disc over there, but it's not necessary. Gloves if you want, hearing protection if you want, but you will need a vise. So the idea behind this is basically we're going to figure out which chain this go-kart needs, which I already figured out is the 40 chain right there. Then you're going to want to put the chain in your vise. And basically we're going to plug up that angle grinder, and we're just going to skin that piece off. And we're going to keep going on it flat, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. We'll just keep hitting it flat until it eventually, you can just pop out that pin right there, and then you can assemble your link. But you're gonna want, and I'll show you this in a second too. First we'll cut the chain and then we'll put it in the vise, but stay tuned for that. Alright, now that I have my chain marked, and it is a little bit more difficult with the torque converter versus a regular clutch, and you're always going to want to remeasure. Even if you pull the old chain off, just trust me, always remeasure. It's better to have a little bit more than having to just scrap that chain because it's not going to fit anything else in your garage. So you can see I marked it right there. And so what we're going to do with the cutting wheel is we're going to just do a clean slice and try not to nick this one. Just do clean right through. Find my finger. Right through these two. Where the line is. Anyway, so once you do a clean cut through that, you'll just want to go ahead and grind the top of that pin off, and then we'll knock it out with a hammer. And I know this might seem strange to anybody that hasn't really worked on go-karts before or had to cut a chain for anything before, but some people go about it a really difficult way. This is just clean, takes like 5 minutes, and then you can get on to riding and having fun. So stay tuned. Alright, so now I've gone ahead and cut the chain in half, and I want to go ahead and show you what I was meaning by hitting it. So basically I took this and just kind of skimmed over the top. Just be very careful not to nick into the other one, because you don't want to cut up the other one that actually will be part of your chain, and it could pose a weak point in the chain and snap eventually. But anyway, what you're going to do is you're just going to hover over the top of it, and you can kind of see in the middle that the other part of this, just lower. And what you're going to want to do here is take a punch or just a small screwdriver and place it directly in the middle. Then take your hammer and just beat it out. But you do need to understand that You can hit it on all day, but it will help if you grind it just a little bit more. I know because sometimes I've had it where you had to get it real paper thin before it would actually go all the way through. So grind it. Don't be afraid to grind more, but also be caution. You don't want to cause a weak point in your chain. So stay tuned, and we'll go ahead and knock that out and try to put the master link onto this go-kart. Alright, so we're done with the last part, and it did get dark, so this is going to be a short ending. Anyway, so you can get that grinder from Harbor Freight for like $9 and get a vise there for cheap. If you plan on cutting chain a lot. If you don't plan on cutting chain a lot, you still pick up the grinder and then figure out some way to mount the chain somewhere so you can cut it. Be careful. And I suggest you swapping out the cutting wheel. Since we're not using it for its intended purpose, it may get weak in one area and not be as useful for you when you're cutting up metal next time. So we don't want to wear it out. Anyway, so I'm going to show you. The chain's on there, and it's mounted right now. It's not really on the sprocket. And many people that work on bikes or go-karts will know that sometimes you have to cut it a little short and kind of force it on the wheel. And you'll do this because you don't want it to fall off. Because it really sucks whenever you're riding a go-kart really fast, and then when I'm riding around the neighborhood or something, and then the chain falls up and you gotta walk it home because it just keeps falling off every 2 seconds because I didn't cut it too short. I didn't cut it right. One link can really make a difference. But the master link is on there, and with the master link, it's basically going to be this type of setup. You'll have this link plus your end link, which will go on top here, and there will be a clip or a cotter pin depending on what type of master link you have. If you need to know how to put that one on, I'll be happy to make another video. Just let me know. But they're pretty self-explanatory, and that's where the pliers would come in to kind of put pressure on the back of the clip, and then put pressure on the clip, and then put pressure on the terminal, and then force it to click on. But as always, subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching.